Hey everyone, my name is Marisa Maggio, and I'm going to be talking about the importance of the financial inventory, which is my best friend. You want to have one of these for each and every appointment, whether you're one call closing, scheduling appointments, whatever that looks like, you need to have one of these in front of you. Not only is it going to help you connect better with your client, but it's also going to help your upline help you better to help your client. That being said, to get started, again, make sure you have one of these for each and every appointment. Everybody is going to be a little bit different in terms of coverages they may have, coverages that they're seeking out, but this is going to help us narrow those things down. That being said, as you're going through your script, you're going to find that you're confirming information from date of birth to are they working, retired, disabled? Are they married, single, divorced, or widowed? Who are they looking to protect? Now, one of the biggest things when you're getting started in your presentation is after you ask, let's just say we have John who is 77 and single, just for this example, and he's retired, and his monthly income is $4,500 a month, and he sent in a veteran life insurance coverage request. At that point in time, you guys already heard in previous videos how to set the stage. Now we're in the presentation. At this point in time, you want to make sure you're asking good questions. So that's all going to be built right into your script. That's the best thing about it is it's a copycat business, guys. So once I get the basics such as John's name, his date of birth, if he's working, retired, or disabled, his income, I'm going to say, now, John, veterans usually send these requests in for one of three reasons. The first, they don't have any life coverage at all. The second, they have some, but they're looking to add a bit more. And the third, they have coverage. They just want to make sure that they're not overpaying for it, in terms of leaving more behind. Which category do you fall within there? They're all going to fall into one category. Now, let's just say that John tells me he has something, but he's looking to potentially add a bit more. All right. That being said, John, what do you have in place for life insurance right now? Let's just say John tells me 10,000. I'm writing this down, 10,000. Okay. And John, what company is that with? Company, ABC Life Insurance Company. Okay, ABC Life Insurance Company. Got it. And you're still paying on that monthly, John, is that right? Yes. Okay. And how much are you paying on that 10,000 each month? And John tells me he's paying $100 a month. All right. And now, John, I know you mentioned you're looking for a bit more coverage. Is that just because you want to leave a little bit extra behind, or are you thinking a burial route? Let's just say he's like, I'm thinking a burial route, but I want to leave a bit extra behind. Okay, John. Now, when that day should come that you do pass on, who are you looking to leave this benefit behind to? Or who would that burden fall on if, Lord willing, you were to pass on tomorrow? And let's just say John says, my son, I'm going to say, okay. And this is so key because it's so simple, but it matters when you're having these conversations with clients. Now, John, what's your son's name? Just so I'm not rude through our conversation. My son's name is Andrew. Okay, perfect. So you just want to make sure if something were to happen to dad, you're not leaving that burden behind on Andrew. Is that right? Yeah? Okay, got it. And now I know you had mentioned to me you would want a burial versus a cremation. Are you familiar with the average cost of a burial, give or take, here in Massachusetts today? Yes, no, maybe so, whatever the client may say. Depending on extravagance, fanciness, all those things taken into consideration, national average is between $12,000 to $25,000. So I can completely understand why you'd be looking into some additional coverage for your son, Andrew. All I'm doing is reiterating what the client is already telling me, right? So I have his, beneficiary. It's going to be his son. It's going to be Andrew. He doesn't want to leave that burden. I'm reiterating that quite a few times. Now, at that point in time, I'm going to ask him a few more questions about Andrew. A couple more questions I'm going to ask him is Andrew here in Massachusetts as well? If he says yes, I'm going to be like, okay, so he wouldn't have to do any type of traveling or anything like that. No. Okay. And let's just say he says, no, Andrew lives in, Virginia. Okay. So Andrew would have to travel up, to properly put dad to rest. Is that correct? Okay. Understood. So that's going to cost him a little bit of, money as well. Got it. So we're just reestablishing kind of the why, so to say, making sure, because in your financial inventory, guys, this is where we're building the need. So we have his son Andrew as his beneficiary. We've collected that he does have a life policy in place. Do you have anything else that would act as life insurance if, Lord willing, you passed away tomorrow, such as a 401k, 403b, extravagant savings, IRA, stocks, bonds, mutual funds? Whatever he may say, take it down. If he says nothing or he says he has, $150,000 in a savings account, all right, just note that down and move on. There might be an opportunity there for an annuity in the future, but you always want to help your client first and foremost with the need that they sent the request in based off of, which in this scenario would be a veteran final expense lead, right? Or a veteran life insurance lead. So from there, we have at that point, essentially, we know what his assets are. We know that he has some insurance. Now we have to hit on his health. This is going to be the key piece. It's great being a broker, but we always want to try to put our client with a company that we feel like they're going to get approved based off of their health, right? So I'm going to ask John now. John, whenever it is the last time you saw your doctor, okay? Really what I'm looking for here, guys, is just making sure he's seen the doctor in the last 12 months. He's like, oh, I seen the doctor about 3 months ago. All right. And if he's a vet, which that's mainly what we're talking about here, I'm going to say, do you go to the local VA or do you see a private doctor or both? I just like to jot that down. I'd like to know it on the front end. It's going to help me later in my application process. Okay, got it. So you saw your doctor about 2 months ago and that was just for a routine checkup? Okay. And then how about any medications that you're prescribed or you're taking daily at this time? And then people will have a laundry list of medications. We're working with the senior market often, right? Have them grab their medications. You might be like, oh, I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be a pain. I didn't want to ask them. Well, because we didn't ask them for their medications, what's going to happen is it might come back and get declined. And we don't know why it got declined because we don't have the medications. Maybe John tells you, well, I have type 2 diabetes and I had, a heart attack 5 years ago. Okay, we still want to know the medications that he's on because that's going to help us go to the proper carrier based off medications. Every carrier is a little bit friendly to medications and health conditions. As you go through your first 100 presentations, you'll get more keen to these things. But in the meantime, this is why you want to be plugged into the Zoom dial team and leaning on your upline and being unmuted in that Zoom room so you can truly get that real-time feedback and real-time input. Now, after I collect John's medications, I'm going to ask him, all right, now, John, any past scares such as cancers, heart attacks, strokes, kidney disease, COPD, emphysema? No? Okay. Got it. Or let's just say he says, yes, I had that heart attack 5 years ago. All right. So 5 years ago, you had that heart attack. And John, you've been doing pretty good since. We're really just looking to make sure there wasn't a reoccurrence or something that he has to go to the hospital, more often than not to keep up with. And if he does, we want to know that in this inventory. All right. So we get that. And now a couple of quick discount questions, John. Are you a smoker or a non-smoker? Non-smoker. All right. Awesome. And do you bank with a local bank or do you bank with a local credit union or do you use a commercial bank like Bank of America? He's like, I bank with a local credit union. All right, great. A lot of the carriers are a lot more friendly to that type of bank. We just want to make sure you're not using any type of online bank account. Keep moving on. If you stay there too long, it's awkward. From there, we've pretty much collected all the information that we need to now go to our upline, or if we're unmuted, they're hearing us talk about the medications, the conditions, the concerns, what he's looking to cover. But now let's just say that I was muted because maybe I was muted because I was being selfish and I wanted to be muted. But now I need help, right? Guys, this is the moment. All you're going to say, this is all I say, or all I teach my clients to say to my clients, all I teach my agents to say to their clients is, all right, now, John, I'm just going to place you on a brief silent hold. I'm going to get with my senior underwriter just to make sure we're looking in the best direction for you. At that point, you're just muting the client out. Now you're on Zoom. You're talking to somebody to get some help. You're like, I got John here. He's 77 years old. He is not a smoker. He's retired. He's looking to add on some additional coverage for his son Andrew to make sure his burial's covered. He has $10,000 in place right now with ABC Insurance Company, and he takes medications A, B, C, D, and had a heart attack 5 years ago. What would be the best place to go? And his approximate height and weight is 5'10", 200 pounds. Guys, when we can give our upline the baseball stats and the true baseball stats based off of medications, health, income, what they already have in place, that's truly that doctor-patient mindset in terms of they have an issue or problem, I'm looking to solve it. If we don't collect this information on the inventory, it's going to be really difficult for you to solve that client's problem, aka insert insurance product to solve the problem. So that's going to be your financial inventory. Really what you're looking to do here is gather all of the client's basic information, their information about their beneficiary, their information about their health, finances, and what they already have in place. From there, you're able to share those baseball stats to go ahead and make sure you're moving in the best direction with that client to move forward and get that policy approved. I hope this was helpful. You guys take care.